Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 23rd, and today was a beautiful day outside weather-wise. Just could not have asked for a better day. Started off a little bit chilly, so when I first jumped in the car to head out, I turned the heat on for a moment. Wasn't bad, ran around most of the day with the heat off, except one little short trip between when the car had been setting for quite some time in the sun, kicked the air conditioning on, and then on the way home, kicked the heat back on again. So definitely an Iowa day when you're running heat, air, and heat all three in the same day, but that's not that big a deal. So what's really weird is when you start doing it in your house, when it gets that cold at night, hot in the day, and that cold at night again when you have to run all three inside your house. Much different weather. So went ahead, got a couple things done here at the house, nothing really major. Headed up to Des Moines. On the way, I stopped in at a couple care centers, let Bruce visit some old people, some of the Alzheimer's wards and that kind of stuff. Just kind of had a good time. Unfortunately, one of them we got to, the main assisted living center was having their lunch, and some of the people were like all paranoid and stuff. The people like freak out when they see a dog and near their food. They think the dog's going to eat their food and blah, blah. They're used to dogs that are not trained, and I didn't really take them over there at all because that building seems to be the worst. There's a lady who sits near the edge of the dining area that usually kind of freaks out about the dog's going to try and eat her food and stuff, so it's easier just to not even enter the people at all. A few of them came out once they saw he was there, and they kind of got up from the table and came over to the area and wanted to play with him and stuff. The staff there loves his ass. He's such a goofy dog. Headed back to the memory care lane, the Alzheimer's area, and basically visiting them. One of the places has a animal hoarder that's on their staff now, and she keeps trying to keep my dog, which is kind of funny. She loves the snot out of him, you can tell, and she took good care of her animals from what I understood of her past, but it's just you can't have 65 animals or whatever I think her number was at the time. So they claim they were very well taken care of, just you can't legally in that area where she used to live, and then she's now, you know, in the whole building for unable to take care of. They don't allow pets, I think, residents to have pets. They allow people to bring them in and visit. They don't allow them to have it. So I try and stop in there every once in a while. It's way out of my way for my trip to Des Moines, but it's nice to make the trip over that direction every once in a while. So went ahead, headed on up to Des Moines, did a little bit of shopping, nothing really major. Just I kind of wanted to try and keep myself busy today. And it's a year ago today, my father passed away, and it's one of those deals you just kind of, I don't know, just kind of weird. You know, everybody says it's easier. My thing is it was kind of weird because my father wasn't really in my life at all up until the very end where I was with him every single day taking care of him. But he barely spoke to me for the last 5 years of his life and didn't speak to me for the 10 years before that at all. So it was one of those deals that I'd kind of in my own head had convinced myself he'd passed away years ago, and I didn't have a father to begin with. So it's kind of a weird thing for me, but today was kind of an odd day. I was really hoping just to kind of go up and get some stuff. I originally planned on dropping my dog off at a dog setting place, people who babysit dogs and stuff, as a test run to see if I wanted to use them for the Washington, D.C. trip coming up in October. And I couldn't seem to get a hold of them. I don't know what the deal was with that, so that did not work out at all. So I went ahead and just kept him with me, so it kind of threw off a large part of what my plans were for the day. But we had a good time. So we got there, hit a few little places real quick, ended up going to one of the dog parks, had fun there. And the one dog park I go to used to never have dogs at all in it, and now it's a little bit off and on. There's more dogs there. There's some dogs there today. It wasn't too bad. One horribly obese golden retriever. He played with that little, I guess, big fat dog for a while, not too much. And then I ended up going to the other park that's over by the post office, Botanical Center there in Des Moines, and he has so much more fun there. Usually there's more bigger dogs there, and roughhoused and kind of played and just really played his butt off. He absolutely had a great time. So there was one lady came in, and she's like all paranoid. She's like yelling at people's dogs to be nice to her dog and blah, blah, whatever. And all of us were like, what the hell's up with you, man? I'm like, this is a dog park. Dogs are going to knock each other down. They're going to play. And then she finally left, and then it was funny because everybody was like, that woman's crazy. You know, you got to let them be. And then another guy came in right about the time I was wanting to leave with 3 dogs, and Bruce was one of the ones that they were playing with them. And Bruce plays kind of rough. I mean, he thinks he's a puppy still and stuff, and he's knocking down. Everybody in our group that were talking were laughing about how much he was, you know, having fun with that dog. And this guy starts screaming, whose dog is this? Get this dog is being me. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. So I hollered at Bruce, and he came back to me and stuff. And everybody's like, dude, that guy's off his rockers. He took all 3 of his dogs and went to the far end of the park, and he was one of those guys that he brings his dogs there, I guess, apparently, to basically be mean to the dogs. It looked like almost like he's like kept yelling at him like, "Don't play with other dogs. You stay right here next to me." It was like an obedience training course, and I'm like, it's a dog park. Let them freaking be dogs, but whatever. So I ended up having that fun. Met some nice people there. There was actually 3 other Danes there, which was awesome. You don't usually see that too often around the area, and it was so damn cool. And the one guy that had the Danes said he likes that park that we're at right there a lot more because the fact there are so many more big dogs, Danes, and other dogs there most of the time he's there. So we had a good time there. He showed me where there was another dog park, a giant dog park south of Des Moines. Well, in Des Moines, but on the south side, I guess. And I heard people speak of it, but I never found it. And I finally found it. I pulled my map up on my phone. It said, point out where it is. And he's like, right there, boom. So I went over there on the way back, on the way out of town. And but it's a nice giant park, but it's mosquito infested. I was there, I don't know, I'm going to guess 15 minutes at most. I wasn't there hard at all. And I had like 25, 30 bites. And I was just constantly swatting myself. And it was ridiculous. I didn't think it'd be that bad. I would have grabbed some bug spray, but oh well, it got done. So went ahead and came on home. I made it all the way back home before I went for a run. I realized my knee I was not going to run that far. I didn't really see any reason to change in Des Moines and freaking getting all sweaty and nasty for just such a short little run I was going to do because my knee's really jacked up. Tried to see the doctor. He was out of the office today, so I could not get in to see the doctor and get some x-rays to take a look at it. So we'll have to kind of just play it by ear and hopefully it gets better on its own. So other than that, pretty much same old day, just coming home, trying to stay awake. I seem to have the hardest time, especially driving home from Des Moines. Seems to be the absolute worst. I don't know what it is. I can never stay awake on that drive home. So I made it alive, but just drowsy-eyed. It looked like I'd been up for 3 weeks when I try and drive home from there. So that's all I've got for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.